Welcome back. Now, according to a 2016 report by the World Health Organization, nearly 4 million people worldwide, many of them young children, die prematurely because of indoor smoke inhalation. Yet many people around the world still use coal or wood-burning stoves for cooking and heating. This is a serious issue for many countries, and one place that is hit particularly hard is Mongolia. Viewers George Putich reports.
Winter can be very cold in Mongolia. In Ulaanbaatar, considered to be the coldest capital in the world, temperatures sometimes reach -40 degrees Celsius. The city is also known for its air pollution. Many Mongolians live in traditional felt tent houses called gers, cooking and heating on old-fashioned coal-burning stoves. The research published by US and Mongolian scientists found alarmingly strong statistical correlations between coal-burning stoves and miscarriages. Other illnesses are also present.
We call it chronic respiratory illness and chronic obstructive lung diseases. Those are the people that's most affected.
Coal is cheap and abundant in Mongolia, taken from improvised illegal mines with almost no safety equipment. Traditional stoves used in gers do not have proper ventilation, so smoke leaks into the living space, causing severe respiratory problems. With support from the World Bank and the Millennium Development Challenge, the Mongolian government replaced 180,000 old stoves with better designed ones.
There is a tendency already of this pollution going down. So what needs to be done is that these efforts need to be continued, scaled up.
But breaking old traditions is hard. Although a ton of coal lasts twice as long when burned in the new stove, Mongolians complain that they are not suitable for cooking.
The clean stove was more efficient. We usually cook on our stoves. So the negative part of the clean stove was you cannot cook on it. But other than that, you save on fuel.
The new stoves are subsidized and more available in cities than in the countryside. The Mongolian government plans to spend $500 million to fight air pollution in the capital this year. But due to budget cuts, other similar projects had to be cancelled. George Putich, VOA News, Washington.
Well, moving from threats indoors to those outside, as Nigeria braces for the rainy season, residents of Alpha Beach on the coastline of Lagos say they are worried about their safety in the face of a recent ocean surge. Channels TV correspondent Chris Illens has that story.
Alpha Beach, one of the many beaches along the coastal axis of Lagos. It houses several communities, some of which had been displaced over time due to the gradual erosion of the soil by surges from the ocean, or sometimes by human activities such as dredging and excavation of sharp sand from the coastal line. The bulk of the wearing away takes place during the raining or oceanographic season, which is why what happened to this community still baffles them. From an eyewitness video, we could see how the salty water easily flowed over its bank to the land. When events as this occur, lives and property are at risk, especially those closest to the water body. When we visited, pumping machines were being engaged by different streets to get the displaced water out of the way of the residents, whose only path of getting to their apartment is to wade through the salty water. The gradually eroding land is beginning to also affect the state of some of the electricity poles here. The cables are gradually getting slacked as the poles tilt, loosely hanging over the flooded streets.
This surge is actually happening for the second time this year. And it's most unusual time. In the past, we'll be having it between, say, from June, July, okay, during rainy season. But coming up this kind of period is quite alarming.
Further down the beach side, as the storm continues to threaten, residents have had to flee, leaving their property at the mercy of the waters, while others who have put up theirs for sale still await buyers, but never showed up.
And we used to have road behind the fence, which we used to drive down further down to what is it called, Victoria Island. But right now, all those things are not there. We are just calling on the government to please come to our aid.
How have we contributed to this ravaging monster?
The erosion of our coast is being greatly aggravated by illegal sand mining. The erosion will be far, far worse because the sea gets far more aggressive, especially during the storm time. When you have these huge offshore storms that just blatter the coast, you can get half a kilometer of erosion almost overnight. And believe you me, if a chunk of the Ecology Fund over the last 5 years only had been allocated to this particular project, we would have gone a long way by now.
What used to be the fence of this estate has since been overtaken, and gradually Alpha Beach residents continue to lose their land to the sea. While we take our leave, one question that keeps bothering my mind is what lies ahead of them when the rain finally comes. Chris Elebs, Channels Television News.
Well, we go now from the coast of Lagos to Ivory Coast, where the country is cashing in on cashew nuts. Production is up by 400% in the last decade, but a lack of domestic processing is hurting revenue. Emily Eob reports from Abidjan.
The harvest has just started, but the mood is good among cashew farmers in Ivory Coast. This year again, the government announced an increase in the minimum selling prices. Raymond Kouakou, a former real estate agent, started planting cashew trees in his home village back in 1999.
My friend told me that cashew production could put food on the table. He encouraged me to start.
But the development of the budding industry was put on hold until 2011 as the West African nation entered multiple political crises. Now the sector is growing again thanks to increasing global demand. National production almost doubled in the last 5 years alone to reach 25% of the global output, making Ivory Coast the world's top producer ahead of India and Vietnam. The government played a major role in developing and regulating the sector by setting control and minimum prices through the same group that also regulates cotton production. Producer and buyer Aruna Konate says it helped a lot.
Borders were very porous. Our product would go to the neighboring countries. And there were also a lot of speculation because we didn't really know what was the global market price for cashew. But now, thanks to Cotton Cashew Council, it's all right.
However, Ivory Coast only processes about 6% of its total cashew production. The nuts are sent to Asia to be processed, then sold to consumers in the US and in Europe. For Cotton Cashew Council Director Lament Sanogo, increasing domestic processing is the next key step to developing the industry.
We believe that if we domestically process the cashew, we should be able to increase the farm gate prices by 80% if I compare to other countries.
Sanogo says the Ivorian government plans to domestically process all of its cashew production by 2020. Emilie Yop for VOA News in Abidjan.
Well, it's time now for a short break, but still to come on Africa 54. There's a new president of FIFA, world football's governing body. Sonny Young has all the details coming up next on Africa 54. Well, it's time for Monday Sports Report, and here's Sonny Young with the sunny side of sports. Hello, Sonny.
Hello, Vincent, and sporty greetings once again to our Africa 54 viewers. Let's kick off with the new president of FIFA, world football's governing body. Gianni Infantino on the left opened the FIFA World Football Museum to the general public on Sunday in Zurich, Switzerland. It was his first official duty after winning the presidential election on Friday. The new museum, 2 years in the making, includes a giant soccer pinball machine for visitors to try, Among the more than 1,000 items on display are the World Cup trophies for men and women. The museum also features a bistro, cafe bar, library, and seminar rooms. Infantino encourages football fans to visit.
The passion of the people for football, boys, girls, men, women, I mean, everyone who loves football should come and visit this place because it makes you really feel good with yourself if you love football. So I invite everyone to come here.
Now let's go to the western U.S. state of Colorado, and let's give a sunny side of sports salute to American cyclist Evelyn Stevens. She set a new one-hour record over the weekend, cycling just under 30 miles at the Olympic Training Center Velodrome in Colorado Springs. The 32-year-old Stevens worked a few years as an investment banking and finance analyst in New York City before turning to cycling full-time in 2009. She's now regarded as one of the world's top female cyclists. Stevens competed in the women's road race at the 2012 Olympics in London, and she says she's now targeting the Rio Olympics in Brazil in August. I'm Sonny Young, and that's the sunny side of sports. Vincent?
Well, thanks a lot, Sonny. And don't forget to watch the sunny side of sports every Monday right here on Africa 54. Well, and that's our show for today. Be sure to watch Africa 54 on the VOA website at voaafrica.com. For more news, tune into VOA's evening radio show, Africa News Tonight at 1800 UTC. And in the mornings, or rather, that's it for now. And we want to wish you a great evening. Thanks.
Thank you.